Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cuddyback, Drake Non-Typical, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, Nikon, Ozonics, Redneck Blinds, Wasp Archery, and Realtree.
Welcome to Midwest Whitetail, the Heartland show. Excitement is really starting to build up as we're only a few short weeks from being able to climb back in a tree and start chasing these whitetails. I just wanted to give a little quick update about our plans going into this season and talk a little bit about a couple of the bucks that we're going to be targeting this fall. One buck in particular was a buck that we call Muley that we had an encounter with on November 1st last year. He was a great buck, didn't present a shot that evening. He showed back up on camera this year, and he grew up quite a bit, so he'll definitely be up there on the hit list for us going into this season. Another buck that we're going to be hunting is a buck that was at the top of our hit list going into the 2018 season. We call him the Split Brow 10. He showed up beginning of September and then stayed throughout the entire fall. We actually had one encounter with him the first week in November. We just weren't able to get him within range and seal the deal. After monitoring cameras all summer and not getting a picture of the Split Brow 10, we knew it was just a matter of time till he showed back up. We went out, set up mock scrapes, put cameras over him, and then here, just this past week, he finally showed back up. He turned into a great solid buck that we're really looking forward to chasing this fall. He's definitely going to be right there at the top of the hit list going into the 2019 season. Unless either of those bucks are moving during daylight or we got a really good cold front coming in, we're probably going to hunt that big and beastie plot that we put in this summer. We really shrunk its size down and made it a good kill plot and put a elevated ground blind looking over it. So I'll probably stick to that plan going into the 2019 season. We got a few sets that we got to get hung yet. Other than that, we're just going to keep dialing in our bows and getting some practice in. Me and Dad both got new setups this year, so real excited to get out there this fall, and hopefully we can meet up with one of our top hit list bucks.
Hey guys, welcome to Midwest Whitetail, the Heartland. I'm out here on a piece of public land in northeast Iowa that I actually did quite a bit of turkey hunting in and some trout fishing in. I'm going to kind of dedicate this as one of my top, it's about, I want to say 500 acres or so, piece of public lands. But I'm going to stick with it this year. I've got a couple of trail cameras hung. I'm going to go ahead and pull them down today because I'm not going to get back out here till after the season starts. And they're on field edges, so I was a little worried they might disappear. So I'm going to take a look at those, but they're actually facing a bean field that the DNR planted. It looks pretty overrun with just grasses right now, but hopefully there's still enough beans down in there that the deer will use it during the early season. So next week's going to be the first urban hunt for me. I'll be doing an urban hunt in the city, let's see, Sunday. Then I'm going to be out of town for a few weeks actually on my honeymoon. I get married next weekend. So it'll be a month or so before I'm back out here, but hopefully we have some good camera results. I got this camera here and then one more down on a creek crossing that I'm going to pull today. Hopefully at least get a doe down in that first urban hunt. So check back with us, and thanks a lot for watching Midwest Whitetail, the Heartland.
Today is August 10th, and I'm doing some summer prep here on one of the farms where I got my #1 hit list buck, the White 8. I had a really good encounter with him last November, and maybe another day I'll tell you the rest of the story to that. But either way, we should have been wrapping a tag around him last year, but it just didn't work out. But what I'm doing in here today is I'm going to put down some autumn quick plot. As you'll see here in a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and overseed where the landowner has already killed off probably a 40-acre patch from about the timber to his beans. He didn't plant close to the timber just because he thought it affected his yields over the last few years. So I thought I would go ahead and blend in some autumn quick plot, frigid forage, in a little section right there in front of the tree stand. Hopefully this autumn quick plot will get some rain on it and get some stuff growing in here. Like I said, he's got some oats already drilled in here. So I'll be kind of curious to see if it will choke out that autumn quick plot or not, or whether some of those different varieties of seed will take.
All right, we're here today at a new farm we just got some permission for. We shed hunted it briefly here this spring, so this will be basically the first time we're going to get our feet on the ground and check out some sign, see how it lays out. On the map there's a lot of topography on this, a lot of draws, a lot of drainage ditches, and a creek that runs through it, and a pond. It butts up to public ground that we know is a lot of pressure on that, a lot of deer in there. We've been on that before a little bit, so we kind of got a little feel for that. So we're gonna get out here. We're pretty excited to get some cameras out and try to get some target bucks. We did do some scouting earlier on the far east side of this, and we did get a film shot of a pretty good sized buck. So we'll see what this side of the farm brings as well.
All right, guys, today we're out at the plot, the big and beastie plot. As you can see, we got it tilled up, ready to go. We got 50% chance of rain tonight, so hopefully we get a little wet tonight after we get it in and see how it works. As you can see, the turnips are coming up, the big and beastie. We put that in about a couple weeks ago, and we've got pure trophy clover over here, and a few weeks ago we put in a few stands. Again, this is a small farm, about 30-acre timber, so we really don't like to go in there at all. We like to stay on the fringes. So we just got a redneck blind to put on here to help with scent control, and again, we're going to utilize the Cuddy Link system.
All right, we're at another Cuddy Back location, one of the nodes, as the Cuddy Link system calls it. And what's right out that way from me, right out in front of me, is a bean field, and I'll show this to you in a second. The neat thing about this is it was a good spring as far as planting here in this part of Illinois. So we were able to get our crops in. While maybe not ideal from a hunting perspective, the beans are already turning, and here we're still a few weeks away from the Illinois opener. But what that does on this farm, what we found is it pushes these deer into our food plots, into our corn plots, plots that are just exclusively for deer. We don't take them out with harvest. We just leave them for the deer, and again, just really improves our probability of success on the farm. So anyway, stay with us. We've got more to show you here on Midwest Whitetail Heartland Edition.